It's Thursday already. Hope you've had a wonderful Wednesday and my departure. Salutations, class, and welcome back. Tonight we are returning to our funny spacefaring game of the Outer Wilds. We'll be escaping to the one place uncorrupted by capitalism. Space. We should see that up here. There we go. Resume expedition. Where we last left off, we basically touched down on the first of basically every one of the available planets. I think we might have missed a moon or two. The very end of our last stream involved us attempting to escape the destruction of the sun going supernova, which we failed. So, right there, I've already forgot the name of it. Right there was the stormy planet, and right there at the beginning of every cycle, just as our friend told us, there appears to be something launching from that pedestal. Hello, Governor. In one noir, friend of mine. Fancy day, in it, bruv? Care for some tea and crumpet? Sorry. British makes me nauseated. How are you doing on this fine day? For you, it would be presumably somewhere late at night, I would assume. Look, I saw your tweet, and as an obligatory voice whore, I have to make my contributions. After all, voice acting is a potential backup position for myself, so I need to make sure I have all my avenues open. Giant's Deep, that's what it was called. We can probably take a bit of a closer look at whatever the space station is that's rotating around it. We are approaching a little bit quickly. Have you had any taste of, Outer Wilds before, Inwa? Oh, perhaps we've approached too quickly. Nope. We are just fine. Now, let's see if we can get ourselves set down on whatever this facility is. They're adding a Drunken Fist character. That's actually really cool. Welcome, Taco. I haven't watched the trailer yet. I aspire to do so soon. Is there any way we're going to be getting on here? Hopefully we can do this without crashing our ship. Okay, now that we have a better spot of it in the light, we can probably place ourselves inside the barrel of whatever this is. I'm certain it only fires once a cycle, so we might not have to deal with it being too dangerous again. Let's see, we should have... there we go. Is there any good spot to land? Going to try my best right here. Though here in the zero-G expanse of space, it might end up drifting. Ah, right, let's not be foolish. Suit up first. And now we can be on our way. Seem to be the rival to Luke. Also, they're adding actual Street Fighter commentators into the game. Interesting. I suppose they really are going for that esports vibe, if that were the case. Let's see, we have ourselves a giant lens. It appears to be a launcher of some sort. I wonder, let's see, that appears to be a shaft or a pipe. So presumably we would get inside this facility from somewhere over here. Just know you're sorry for what? Making British jokes? I'd say it's quite harmless. After all, I probably should be playing the part if my namesake happens to be Turing. Ah, here we go. A look inside, and I have no idea what we're looking at. Look, I understand that you think I sound British. But I really don't think it's anywhere in the accent. Ah, there we go. Touch down onto the sides, and now we have a spot to sit. Probe tracking module projection stone. I wonder if those are upgrades for a ship. There's an open world to explore. Aw, is someone making the open world fighting game before I have the chance? That makes me sad. I was hyping myself up for being the first person to allegedly do that. Looks like we do not have a way past the wreckage here. So we might have to explore inside here first. I definitely would be super happy about an open world. I actually had no foresight that we'd be having a trailer for Street Fighter 6. I will be glad to watch it in a moment. I don't nearly play enough Street Fighter. Probably why my neutral falls so far behind in games. I still have no idea what to do with these. Still doesn't seem to be a way for us to get in there. So let's take another look around the satellite here. We will stop first. We will first stop by our ship. Yeah. We should have plenty once we get back onto our ship. We'll refuel and be ready to touch off again. Luckily, the ship doesn't appear to have budged whatsoever. Simply give me a refit and head back out. I don't speak with a British accent. I forget the formal name of it. But it should be some sort of, it's called Chicago something or other, I believe. It's a very formal American accent. Although I don't have a lot of the enunciation you'd expect from a British speaker. Enunciation, something like that. Be weird. Ah, there should be another tractor beam. Hopefully our doom is not found inside. This should be the inside of whatever scope or device this is. Open that up, the gate will close behind us, and now we have our chance to explore. Let's see. Probe tracking module. The rest of it appears to be in proper shape. Launch module. We can probably take those and we have a spot to put them in each one of these slots. And this one would be control module. I know we had the probe tracking module out there, so let's go ahead and roll our way back to that other room, and we should have a... No, get me back out there. Ah. There we go. I was worried we might have been trapped in there. Head back to our ship. Well, put that away. Get a little bit of a refuel, since we did use about 50% of it our first time. Open this up, head back out, and... I already forgot where we were looking. It should be at the end of this pipe right here. So whatever module we find is whatever one we'll use. Even if it turns out that this would be a different slot. Never mind. It looks like there's 3 completely different pipes. Only one of them, or only one that we know so far, was cracked on the outside. So, here our little way back in here. And we Can we pick up multiples of them, or only one at a time? Touch me on that floor, please. Ah, there we go. We have spots to set them down here. So... I assume we have to match them accordingly. Which means there should be a few of them around here. Ah, some text. This might actually help us. Mallow, my better 50%. Cassava is sending the last of the cannon components. Soon, relatively speaking, we'll know the eye's precise location. Cassava tells me and the construction yard crew have determined a power setting we are not, under any circumstances, to go above. I see. I'm blocked. And I am right to think that, consequently, we'll be ignoring that setting? I can posit with nearly 100% certainty our friends have accounted for our natures, so I suggest we do. Imagine having to accommodate for your reckless coworkers. Giving the orbital probe cannon all the power it can structurally withstand creates the greatest chance of finding the eye of the universe. Yes, the probe must travel as far as it can, as far as it can. No, as fast as it can, as far as it can. I'll make some adjustments. The thought of concluding our elder's curious and challenging search increases my heart's temperature, my love. Ah, science romance. You love to see it. I'm seeing only 2 modules in here, so... Oh. This is very different. Hold on. Run that back. I didn't get a good enough look. Ah, no. Is it only going to work while we stand in the central pool here? Seems so. Perhaps if we swap these out, we might get a different result. What do you see? What appears to be a slightly more grim sequence. We might have a different message if we have this set here. Imagine, Privet. The probe tracking module will be the first to know the coordinates of the eye of the universe. You'll be the first to see them. And welcome, Kayla and Aaron. We are currently just outside of Giant's Deep looking at whatever this launcher is. It appears to fire space probes. I am honored and terrified. You won't ask the orbital probe cannon to use so much power that it breaks, will you? Fret not, my nervous friend. We only need it to fire the probe once anyway, so who minds if it compromises the orbital probe cannon's structural integrity slightly? Seems to have done certainly much more than slightly, I'd say. I would mind, Mallow. I would mind because we won't be capable of receiving our probe's data if the probe tracking module is destroyed. And that's all she wrote. Bunch of decorative trinkets. I wonder if there's anything to be done with all these pipes sitting around. Or if this is just detail to obstruct us. That way still remains blocked off, so I think... might be a good idea. I feel like we found another one of these stones last time, but I forgot where. Maybe we need to bring one of them back here and we'll find some answers. We did get a lot of updates on our ship logs, so maybe that can give us a little bit of a direction where to go. Head back inside, refuel, and rearm, and let's check that ship log, shall we? Lots of stuff to be found. Excellent. So we checked one of them, which has the cracked window. I think another one of them was blocked. Yeah, slightly, in air quotes. Let's see. Oh, it was X to view entry. Broken remains of a Nomai space station in orbit around Giant Steep. There are 3 access ways branching off from the central hub area. Orbital probe cannon was created to find the precise location of the eye of the universe. Nomai pushed the orbital probe cannon above its maximum power. There's more to explore here. Hey, no worries at all, Inwa. I know you perceive me as being British, but that's just because I'm so professional. Even if it is... It might be somewhere between an American and a British accent, but it's... I'd say it sounds a lot towards the Midwest, or possibly the New Englander area. I'm not talking with the usual howdy, y'all, and sounding like a complete Southerner, which is usually what the American stereotype is. But thank you very much for your attendance, Inwa. And a welcome to James. We're currently on the probe cannon trying to figure out what the heck we're doing here. Launch module is badly damaged, but its projection pool is still intact. What was it that we saw over here? Whitehole Station. Every Nomai warp tower is tuned to a specific astral body to use the tower. Wait, that was the one, Wait, yeah, that was the one by the Whitehole. And that had a teleport option off of it. Britexan. I'll need to steal that. There's definitely something going on there. I think it could be pretty funny. I wonder what these icons signify. Do we have a legend? Ah, no, that's just telling us that we have 1 more to do, and 2 where our current waypoint is. Did you write an apology on Twitter, Inwa? It's absolutely not necessary. You don't need to worry about it whatsoever. We've quite a lot to explore today. Let's take a further look around the probe cannon and see if there's anything to be found at the other sections. Let's see, is this the one that was blocked off? We'll rotate around the entire module and see in every cracked window we can. Hopefully the end of the world is not upon us too soon. This one appears to be undamaged. So, take another cruise around here. And we'll see if 2 of them are cracked. There's one that's cracked. Currently drifting away, which is definitely a problem. And the 3rd one seems like it might be missing completely. Oh, we're drifting too close to the planet, are we? No, okay, good. We'll need to get ourselves back in orbit. Slowing down a little bit. Here, I think we'll have a way to push ourselves inside. Look, you don't need to be sorry. There's nothing wrong with associating me with a much more professional accent. There we go. I don't think we've actually explored in this side yet. So let's take a look. Oh, you'll see, he says. I imagine that means something far worse. And you have created an even more egregious representation of British Xander over on Twitter. Ominous music. I see. I think it lets us see into... It lets us see into the other room that's still attached. You plead the fifth. Oh dear. Oh no, you clipped me saying, top of the morning, isn't it, bruv? Didn't you? Is there an equivalent on the surface? There might be a secret further down. Let's go ahead and see what messages we have. There also might be a little warp room right there. I have bad news, Avens. Yarrow says there was a problem with the proposed power source, so the orbital probe cannon won't be asked to fire. I hope you're pulling my locomotive limb here, Cassava. I wish I were, my friend, but no. They aren't certain they can fix the problem, so the orbital probe cannon is on indefinite hiatus. Things in the way. Tell Privet and Mala they should return from the cannon. My spouse and I will remain at the construction yard for now. An update. Mala and I will join you and Daz. Privet left to visit her brother. She fears Idea may feel responsible. And drop this little doohickey here. Let's see what this one has for us. Wait. Yeah, we've already read this one. Indeed, this is the same message that we looked at the other time. Ah, that lifts us to the other... Wait, the pipes do serve a purpose. Presumably, they might power each of the individual modules. What do we have here? Can we bump it? No, it has no collision whatsoever. So presumably it's a projection then, is it? Or I wonder... Whatever golden plating is on there doesn't seem to give us any secrets. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. Orbital probe cannon structure compromised during launch. Damage to multiple modules detected. Jump in and do a backflip. Hold on. Oh, I have reached the other side of the platform, so let me do another one. Welcome back, Yuri Arc. I know you're another one of my viewers, that should be... Mike, right? Or did I have the wrong name? A lot of my viewers basically changed their username. Indeed, welcome back, Mike. Probe tracking module is receiving data from probe. Begin launch log. Orbital probe cannon. Launch request received. Probe launch successful. The music makes me believe we're on to something here. Viewpoint window fractured. Module exposed to vacuum of space. Control module intact, no structural damage. Orbital probe cannon damage report. Severe structural stress detected. Assessing damage to the modules. Yeah, it'll be a while before Grand Blue gets rollback. But when it does, I'll be very happy to resume playing it. The sun has grown rather grotesque and large. Perhaps our doom may be upon us soon. Indeed, I think it's a bad sign whenever it gets to the red giant stage. Ah, there we go. 18 minutes 29 seconds ago. Request to launch probe received from Ash Twin Project. Cannon aligned with randomly selected probe trajectory. Gravity field activated. So it's a history of the launch. But all the pipes here just seem to give us details about the launch itself. I would love Evo to actually be a thing. I'd hope locals could be, just a regular fighting game thing again. By the time I was actually gearing up to actually start going to locals, was when everyone was kindly asked to stay inside. So I'm not yet part of any local scene. It would be an excellent time to begin. That one's blocked off, so we have to enter that one manually. The probe here seems to launch just whenever. Games with delay got killed off because of that, so I think, on the other side, we still had something very good come out of it. Look on the bright side, of course. Every cloud has a silver lining. Our doom should be quite soon, shouldn't it? Let's see, I wonder if our log will give us any more direction. Under Night and Grand Blue are finally picking up speed at locals. Very good news indeed. Although it might be a while before I play any of them. Probe tracking module. That one's still missing. Nomai built the orbital probe cannon at a construction yard on Giant Steep. So, if we've time before the world ends, let's take a look down there. Ow. Alright. We're looking for a construction spot. This is the place that has the little ghost matter. Oh, landing gear damaged. I think we'll still be able to touch down just fine. So Q's in the trailer. This kind of looks like a bramble seed right here. Let's take a little look-see here. Landing gear damaged, but we still should be able to get a landing just fine. Hop on out. No. Repair this. We can't repair that. So we have Q. This one's confirmed to be, after Street Fighter V, I believe. But do we know if it's after 3 or before 3? Ghost matter. Presumably on those crystals, right? Because that's where it was the previous time. Ow. Okay, not there. Yeah, let's get ourselves... And here it comes. That's the supernova, isn't it? Ah, yes, hello. Oh, it's behind us, isn't it? The world was bound to end regardless. Welcome, Usagi. You arrived just in time to see the end of the world. So we have some news about that launch module. But there's still some more to discover. You're currently trying out Azrael from BlazBlue. He's actually one of the characters I practiced a little bit with, just to demonstrate to my friends what a gorilla archetype is. There it is. That's what you can assume is a probe launch. And now the ship appears to start crumbling. Let's head back there immediately. We know there was a construction yard somewhere on the planet's surface. Suit up, and 40 minutes into the stream, or 30 minutes into the stream, I think it's time for me to finally take a drink. Got myself a little bit too caught up in conversation. To the stars we return again. And lock right onto Giant Steep, which should be visible right here. Yeah, we don't autopilot here. Now would probably be a good time to start decelerating. Careful, careful. Don't want to fly into all of the broken stuff there. Maneuver myself just above the surface, and there we go. Hopefully we can avoid getting ourselves caught in any of these water spouts. Now, we're looking for a construction yard. What the heck? Someone else's vehicle, it looks like. Does this thing float? I would hope it does. Seems to just barely float under the surface. I wonder. Time to make our first potentially unpleasant discovery. Ah. I forgot my suit. Maybe we're getting a little bit too hasty here. So try that again, but remember that we actually need to breathe. You might get careless, after all, if you're stuck in a time loop, and don't have to worry about dying again and again and again and again and again. And this time put on our suit before we start going. Welcome, everyone! We've, just started taking to the stars. Welcome, Rez. And everyone joining us from Rez's stream. We are currently playing Outer Wilds. If you are looking to avoid spoilers, this is a very story-heavy game, and I would recommend giving it a play yourself, and then coming back to watch the stream. We have a lot of discoveries here to be made in space. Toonami. Yeah, I suppose you're not really off the mark there. How's everyone doing tonight? For those of you who might be witnessing me for the first time, my name is Professor Xander Turing. Like your good boy streamer Rez, I happen to also be a scientist VTuber who plays a lot of fighting games. Lurk as you like, Rez. We're mostly here to make scientific discoveries which hopefully do not involve me plunging into the ocean. There we go. Now, let's see. Get ourselves aligned. There was someone else's. There it is. Don't forget being a Brit. I am a certified American. There's nothing British about me. Maybe if I started playing Axel. I think it floats. Yeah, we should float. So now, helmet on this time. Sure hope we don't end up flooding. Okay, yeah, no, we're fine. So, can we take a peer inside here? Knock knock. No, it appears to be shut. And nothing visible on the other side. That might be... oh, what's his name? The guy who's just vibing here on the planet. I think this is his ship. Okay, no water inside. So there's probably nothing to be found specifically with that little module. Let's take ourselves a cruise around the surface and see if we can find any other news. We know the tunnels here are full of ghost matter, so we're probably not traveling through there until we have something to use against it. Storms in the sky. There's allegedly... yeah, there's the guy himself. And I don't remember us going across that little bridge on the side. Ah, that should lead us to the campfire. Touchdown. Step outside. Perhaps a little too close to the beach. Oh well. No harm in getting a little... moist. One of the most uncomfortable words in the English language. Let's see if we have any new news from a friend here. Gabbro, that was his name. The size of this planet is pissing off Newton. I'm pretty sure there's lots of, disbelief to suspend in a game like this. Hey, time pal. Nice weather we're having, huh? Wait, have I used that one before? How do you stay so calm in the face of repeated impending death? Deep breaths. No, seriously, I meditate. Want me to teach you? It'll be the next loop before you know it. We might actually have some good news here. Okay, close your eyes. We better not wake up back on the surface again. Oh. That literally ends our sequence. The man just told us to take a nap and witness the end of the world right there. So, run it back again, I suppose. It's too tiny to have such gravitational pull to maintain an ocean. And this, I would argue, could be science fantasy. So we don't have to worry about your puny laws of physics. Spacesuit so we do not immediately jump ourselves into the endless expanse of space again. And I guess do it again without falling for Gabbro's little trap. Rotate, and we're off again. That's what, 3 cycles? 2020 in a nutshell. Take a nap and just watch the world burn. It's hard to believe that was already 2 years ago. Really doesn't feel like it. I've kind of been in a limbo ever since. Ah, and a welcome to Joshua and Z. I did not see either of you step in. You all should know the drill. We're here again in Outer Wilds, doing our little cruise into deep space. Can you meditate on command now? There's probably a button for it. I wish I had a button to take a nap in real life. But alas, I remain the insomniac I've always been. There's storms somewhere on this side of the planet. Or maybe they don't have any specific spot they happen. 2020 Season 3. After all, 2019 was still last year. There's our module. Get ourselves inside the atmosphere. Come on. No. Accelerate. Oh, and right inside one of the torrents. The man just had me napped to death, indeed. So now, where have we not been before? Ah, this is actually a different spot than where we were previously. This also might be the construction yard in question. Looks like there's a little facility for us to land inside, so presumably this might be a landing pad right here. Gently, gently. Hey James, what do you give that one? It's at least an 8 out of 10 on that landing. Puny low-res textures. And what seems to be an awfully cozy lounge here. 9! I've outdone myself. Let's see, that's going to require a key like this one right here. Tell me all of your secrets. This is it. We finished building the final orbital probe cannon module and we are ready to send it into orbit, around Giant's Deep for assembly. Yeah, I don't know why these specific textures are low resolution. I don't think I messed with the settings that much to warrant it. Our next step will be to send Privet up to the orbital probe cannon to install the probe tracking system. To all my friends here at the construction yard. Okay, this is exactly what we were looking for. My gratitude for your tireless work. I had given up hope, but I truly believe this cannon may actually succeed, where other attempts have not. Are you going gelatinous, honest love? I'm delighted by your words, but they're atypical for you. I'm ever half as gooey as Mallow and Avens behave together. What an awful choice of adjectives. Half as gooey as Mallow and Avens behave together, Daz. You may launch me from the... Oh, if I'm ever half as gooey, you may launch me from the orbital probe cannon. Cute. I enjoy the bit of bickering. A module of the a model of the cannon, it appears.
Man, I'm gooey as...
Alright, well just, Oh, right. These are the anti-gravity surfaces. So, hop, skip, and a jump. Uh-oh. Ah, we have caught ourselves into a torrent once again. Welcome, everyone. We have successfully escaped to space. If I stand on here, our return into orbit should be just fine. Stand over here for safety. Top tier nerd banter. Exactly the words I would use. So let's take ourselves a little look-see on the sides. Once we slowly walk our way over there, we should be rising relatively above the surface soon. And skibbity whoop. 5 minutes, 12 seconds ago. Long-range probe successfully launched from the orbital probe cannon. A slot for another one of those little... There we go. I have bad news, Avens. Yarrow says there was a problem with the proposed power source, so the orbital probe cannon won't be asked to fire. I hope you're pulling... Wait a minute, it's this one again, isn't it? Yeah, okay. So the same message again. I wonder if this gives us a view of the probe launcher. This might let us look in. Yes, indeed. This is inside the room that has everything fixed. So it is giving us a hint. Although it's mostly redundancies here, it seems. Right. Not a very good idea whatsoever to try to boost across a planet that has twice the normal gravity. The secret documentations aren't very secret. I imagine they're not supposed to be kept secret. They might be the journalistic musings of prior scientists. Brittle Hollow projection stone. This was the name of one of the planetoids or moons hovering around. And so, this time we're gonna be a cool guy. And take the long way around. I don't think these are keys necessarily, Z. I think these are more akin to USB flash drives. These would be little stones that aren't supposed to be cryptographic, but instead just contain the information necessary. So, plug it in, and hear a little story. Now, where does this one take us? Drop it straight on the ground like it's Morrowind. Wait! This is inside that facility we couldn't get into. And what looks to be two platforms held up by the torrents we usually find here. There's gotta be some way inside. Wonder if this one has any messages inscribed. Getting into the middle of this game sure is confusing. Ah, were you not here for the first one, Leviathan? Kanoi Daz and I were lifting orbital probe cannon components into orbit for assembly, and one somehow sank down beneath the current. Kasava convinced me not to try to recreate the phenomenon myself using other cannon parts, but we're very curious to know how that happened. How could something pass through the current? Did you miss anything in the last 5 minutes? We found the Brittle Hollow stone, but that's about it, Aaron. My gratitude for your interesting question. This is exciting. Spire constructed a model of Giant Steep here at Brittle Hollow's Southern Observatory, and it reveals how an object might sink below the current. Kanoi, I'm unable to grasp the answer by looking through the projection pool. That's what that thing's called. If I visit the observatory, would you kindly explain? If you don't mind the trek beneath the surface to the South Pole, hint hint, I'd be delighted to see you. There are two trailheads, one at Brittle Hollow's gravity cannon, and the other at the Tower of Quantum Knowledge. So we look for a gravity cannon on Brittle Hollow surface. Also, Aaron, you might have missed it, but we found the construction yard here on the planet's surface. Kanoi, you should have seen it. We thought it was impossible for any cannon components to sink even partially below the current, but ours sank straight to the core, which we might be able to visit. It looks like this planet might be mostly water until we get to the center. That's probably the end of the secrets for us to discover here, so step our kind little way back over to... Ah, we can use this one if we ever need to walk back without doing a little jumping puzzle on the other side. I feel like those might be warp panels for something in the future. Let's see if we can find any news in Brittle Hollow. Hopefully, we have time aplenty to spare. And liftoff. Welcome to Outer Wilds, Leviathan. I don't believe you were here for the prior stream. Here we are, escaping to the one place that hasn't been corrupted by capitalism. Space! I'm gonna milk that joke as much as I can for this stream. Now, let's go ahead and view that little map. I'd like to navigate our way over to Brittle Hollow. There we go. And be on our merry way. I've never played Command and Conquer. Maybe I should put that on my list. So, this is for the most part a space exploration game. Oh, we are going to crash right into the black hole. Give us just a moment. Luckily, we survived. So, as everyone should know, the biggest point about the scientific method is that something is true if it is consistent and repeatable. If something works the first time, you know it to be scientific fact if you just do it again. But this time without crashing straight into the planet. I think we were going opposite its existing orbit, so maybe don't continue to accelerate ourselves. Yeah, we can afford to slow down as we get closer. Slowing down, slowing down. Now we have to think. Where is that dome that we're trying to get in? It's right here on this part of the surface, correct? Or is this the opposite side? We still need to figure out. That was gonna critical failure, but my luck stat was too high. Or you could just say I'm just that good at piloting this thing. I do see a staircase. Vitals and everything is okay, so... Ooh! Unidentified signal nearby. I do hope we're not about to witness the apocalypse right before we get into the juicy bit. Beneath your feet lies the Tower of Quantum Knowledge. If you are preparing to make your first pilgrimage to the Quantum Moon, descend the steps to the entrance below. The knowledge held within will help you on your journey. Ah yes, more meteors crashing into the surface. Nothing to worry about. I'm certain this part will stay just intact the entire time. How's the migration been to Twitch, Leviathan? If you're over here, then, well, I can definitely direct my Twitch raids over here to you. I cannot see a darn thing. Okay, so that's the entrance. Ah, it's an elevator. How cute. Here lies another surface to step upon. Looks like that should have been an intact bridge, but we will have to do a bit of a platforming challenge. Oh ho ho! Hey, bring that back. No. Let me see it again. The crossroads. So hopefully... be welcomed in this place. Above you stands the Tower of Quantum Knowledge. If you're making your blah 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 blah, same thing again. Now, the instant we jump off of this, We're going to reorient back to the correct gravity. Ow! My kneecaps! Although I imagine that would probably deal the most damage to my shins, probably. Oh, it reassembled itself while I wasn't looking. How are we getting ourselves up there? We might even have to use our own ship. Now there should be some way to get ourselves into that observatory above. Oh dear. Oh, that's instead just going to clip right through us. Some tech demo. I wonder. Ah, so it's just the direction that we're being warped. Got it. Let's take ourselves a look. Wait. It branched off to another path there. If we wanted to make our travel straight across, although I don't know if that beam would retain its strength across that path. Oh! I hear the lovely music of a friend. Now we just need to find our way up inside. Like so. Oh no, that just takes us out of the black hole and up here. Oh, he's just right here. Hello, Rebek. Oh, you launched! That's great. Great job, you. Wow, I guess that means I've been out here a while, huh? Well, this is Brittle Hollow, but you probably knew that. Lots of history here. It's great. And just what are you doing here, friend? I'm here to see the Hanging City. It's always been my dream to see it with my own 4 eyes, ever since I was a hatchling. An alien race lived in the solar system long before our species even existed. How could I not want to see what their civilization was like? Only, you've probably heard the others say it, right? I'm afraid of space. Seriously, I'm more surprised than anybody that I'm out here. Do you want to know how I even got this far? I fell. Tripped over a gravity crystal. It's dumb luck I landed somewhere my little scout says is halfway stable, instead of being sucked into what's below. I've been gauging the stability of the ground and around me using my little scout, and this seems to be the place with the best surface integrity, so I'm just going to stay here until I'm ready to move on. But that's enough about me and my problems. You didn't come all this way to listen to me blather, did you? That'd be... yeah. Where should I explore here? Oh, wow, where shouldn't you explore here? Not the black hole, actually. That's very... no. Which is that might not have even been picked up past the mic game. There's a noise gate on there, might have blocked it. Which is unfortunate, because, the most exciting stuff is all below the crust, including the Hanging City. That's just the north. You can kind of see it from here. There's also this big dome on the South Pole called the Southern Observatory. You can't get inside from the surface. Trust me, I tried. But if it's like the rest of the Nomai structures here, there's probably a path to it beneath the crust somewhere. Good luck with exploring. If you learn anything about the Nomai, I'd love to hear it. If it's not too much trouble. I'd be happy to tell you, friend. Right after a nice little snack. Aw. I like him like that. Ah! Okay, put it on there and let it get a little bit toasty. That's still a bit too white. Like yours truly. Not too close, not too close. Ah, there we go. Golden brown. I did see the news about the Grand Blue updates. Looks very exciting. I'm very happy to play that game again. Wait, he said gravity crystals. So this should be our path up, right? Indeed, how precarious. This way to the gravity cannon, which was another one of the points we were looking at. The sun has gone red giant, so we know that this is approaching the end of our days here. We might not find our way into the observatory before the end. Ah, the Hanging City. Yep, only bad news that lies ahead. It's haunting, isn't it? It's watching us. Toasting a marshmallow like an impeding Armageddon. Hey, if you know the end is coming, wouldn't you want to do everything that you knew would have no consequences? Like eating marshmallows, without getting fat. After all, you're not going to be that much fatter before the end of the world. No idea what this does. Oh, this will be so much fun to explore. Let's get all we can before we are engulfed in the bluest of flames. A blaze blue, if you will. Black hole forge controls. Has anyone built this in Minecraft? Seems like a glorious landscape here. Whatever that does... we'll find out in time. Where are... Oh. It's an elevator, isn't it? Welcome, Lex. Will you sit here with us and watch the end of the world? The Ash Twin project requires a powerful, highly advanced warp core. How should we obtain it? With no further responses to be had, it seems. Does this give us the same message if we put it in the other slots? Ah, yes. That sounds like impeding doom. Yep. Sit now with me. And feel the apocalypse. Perfect time for a drink. And square one. After that experience, we're now a Faust main. Good luck in your tournament run, Lex. What game are you playing today? Because I see you get pretty high up there in just about every tourney. Suit up once more. Off to the stars we return, as I want to see more of what's going on in there, without wasting so much time on Giant's Deep. Immediately. Let's see our way. We are looking for a brittle hollow here. And after we get a little bit of exploring here, I will follow through on the bravery I promised from our last stream. And we'll see what's going on inside Bramble, whatever it's called. Dark Bramble, I think is what it's called. We're doing fine. Doing just fine. Uh-oh. Don't want to land on that now, do we? Alright. Bright and early. We are here towards the beginning. I think that's the observatory. No. Is it? I don't know if we've been to this spot yet. Well, let's take ourselves a little look. I think I might want to change this game to multiple times a week just so I can remember what we've kept track of since the last time we were here. Oh. Again, more of these brilliant cables. Is everyone unharmed? No one was badly injured from the escape pod's impact. We were incredibly fortunate. This is good news, at least. Have we heard from Escape Pod 2 or Escape Pod 3? No, I'm unable to make contact. My equipment can hear the other two escape pods' distress signals, however. If it's any comfort, both pods must be structurally intact. I'll continue calling for them. My gratitude. If we can... Thatch, the moon is approaching again. Everyone brace yourselves swiftly. The volcanic moon has returned. Be cautious of falling ash and debris. I believe the moon has passed. This planet doesn't appear eager to have guests. We are certainly unwelcome on its surface. We need to find shelter and quickly. The volcanic moon won't be gone for long. I observed several promising sites below the surface, but we'll need to construct a way for everyone to climb safely down this cliff. Perhaps we could build platforms. Another distress signal, correct? So, was there any introduction you were looking for, Leviathan? This game does have an awful lot to take in. Now I'm a brilliant scientist and all, but don't become Dr. Eggman. I'd have my reasons to turn to the dark side, but luckily they have yet to manifest. Begin flight log. Escape Pod 1. Vessel has been mortally injured. Emergency sequence activated. Awaiting departure from vessel. Launching Escape Pod 3, 2, and Escape Pod 1. You can be confused, it's fine. I'd very much recommend giving this game a play yourself, Leviathan. So far, it's been... I mean, I'm gonna cry with this game. It's too perfect. I don't even know what it's about yet. Alert collision imminent. Preparing for impact. Scanning external environment. Scan complete. Minor structural instabilities detected. Pockets of breathable air detected. Adequate solar energy detected. Verdict? Hospitable. And bust open that escape hatch. Kablooey. Yes, we indeed have been here before. I remember gazing into the abyss right here. And I saw the most horrible of sights. I saw the image of myself as a red-haired VTuber. Could you imagine me, a redhead? I'm not a redhead, actually. That's just me being an anime character. Hop ourselves back aboard. This is one of the spots we, checked out very early on. But that was before I knew I could view the extra pages on the signals. Let's get back to our cruising and see if we can find ourselves a way into the observatory. He said South Pole, correct? So it should be off to one of these sides. There was the path down below. And there's the observatory we seek. Regardless, the way down should be somewhere around here, since this is where we were just a moment earlier. Oxygen and fuel at maximum. There was a platform around here, wasn't there? I thought I saw... there it is. Next thing you know, I'm going to be saying you're not actually an anime character. You're kind of suspicious yourself, Leviathan. Tell me, are you really a warship? Landing was a 6. Yeah, it was a little unstable. Bloom, Felix and I have determined this atypical shard of rock is the reason objects in this grove are behaving in a quantum manner. Of note, a unique signal is coming from this shard. Curiously, our friend in the Wandering Moon sounds the same. The only other object we've observed displaying this quantum behavior is the Wandering Moon. I imagine the moon's behavior and this groves are related. In her note from earlier, Felix mentions this strange type of rock isn't found elsewhere on Brittle Hollow. What if it isn't originally from this planet? Hypothesis. This quantum shard is from the wandering quantum moon. Perhaps it is even a small piece of the moon itself. I've also heard the same signal that the shard produces coming out from Giant Steep, Timberhearth, and the Hourglass Twins. Suppose there are other shards like this one. So we're talking about this little chunk right here we might be standing on. After all, it does have an awfully alien swirly pattern to it. No comment from Leviathan. Indeed, that would be that military confidentiality I should expect from you. Let's see here. How are we cruising our way around? We still want to be in... Oh. That's being automatically... I'm not pressing a button, it's just automatically taking it out here. Aha. Curious. Perhaps if we brought our ship below the surface, we might be able to find our way inside. Or maybe... Hi, me. There's me. Photogenic from every angle. No immediately obvious secrets. Yes, Z, there's not that many things on Earth that are swirly. And things that are swirly do tend to look alien themselves. Why do you think they model so many aliens after octopi? With tentacles galore. He's dead, Jim. Where does this take us? Where does that take us? I don't see any Nomai riding around here, so... we'll just have to take our little chances, shall we? Ooh. This appears to go directly to the surface. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Let's get bonked. Oh, even better. A bit of frightening space platforming for you. Give ourselves a little hop. Boost ourselves up. Come on. And there, climb across the gravity crystal, step down here. Now where the heck are we looking? This might actually be a path to get into the observatory. Ah, you know what we could have done? We could have launched a scout at the observatory, and then tried to navigate our way across to it. Hopefully there's something very obvious in Telltale. There's the tower. Which way to the observatory? Indeed, more space parkour. It's not just parkour, but parkour in space. I appear to be completely lost. But there's bound to be a secret out here, correct? Well, on our little way back then, I assume. Butt cheeks clenching. You probably didn't need to know that. Wait, there's probably a path around here to the other side. That looks like that hanging city. Or perhaps a path into the observatory. That probably won't work. Oh, I am incredibly nervous about these jumps. Given how difficult it was to make the previous ones. Okay, we've got plenty of fuel. We need to worry about our oxygen intake. Which, let's go ahead and navigate our way back to the ship. And hopefully we have a little bit more time around here. And boost. Good. No leg damage. Wait. These boosters send us this way. So what's our way back? Shouldn't there be a pedestal to return? Something for the other side, after all. Or maybe that was our specific platforming challenge. Well, we gotta discover something. After all, at this rate, it looks like we're about to choke. Oh, it's our piece of rock which happens to be falling. Meditate, it's over. We do have a button for it now. Nonsense. I think we just need to do a little bit more soul searching and utilize our game dev experience. So obviously, the indication of the next spot we're supposed to land is whatever's lit up. These lights are often put here by game designers specifically to guide you where you need to go. But here, it appears to terminate. So perhaps we are kind of stuck in a loop here. Or we didn't explore enough in this direction. Haha, we could make this jump. Oh, everything's falling. Is there any way back up to the ship? Or to the surface? Look, if you've got 30 seconds of oxygen left, you gotta try it. Ooh, this is gonna hurt. But we're alive. We're alive. We are very alive. Gravity hasn't gotten the better of Xander Turing today. That's right. I just fought gravity and lived. Let's get ourselves back. Oh, yep, we are choking. I defeated gravity, but I did not defeat oxygen. We should have made that jump earlier. Two out of 10 landing. You have to rub it in, don't you, James? A man just suffocated and you're gonna make fun of him for it. I'm going to go ahead and grab me another drink since I've just gotten through the end of my first glass. So, I will return to you all in just a moment. Wonder. There, enjoy yourself some tunes in my departure. Oh, wait. I can't alt-tab to mute things if we're still over here like that. And we return. Black pomegranate is the choice of tea for tonight. All right, I've gotten a little bit tired of our breaking moon. Yo, y'all seriously still believe in gravity? Just walk on the walls, forehead. Gravity is a law I choose to disobey. Alright, let's see what's going on with Dark Bramble. It was demanded of our bravery last time. Nope, I have to rebind that control once again. I don't know why that disengages itself so frequently. And where are we looking? On the other side of home. Eclipsed by its beauty. Can we have Spore 2 that's just like this? I'd love another Spore game that had a space stage just like this. I'm gonna make myself sad just thinking about it. Alright, we can afford to slow down a little bit. Let's get ourselves locked on, shall we? Decelerate gently. Just a little bit faster. So, you all should remember from last time, We took ourselves a little gaze into the void here. Step outside. And just as a preemptive measure, let's send ourselves a little scout inside and see just what we find. Alley-oop. You never liked the space stages before. The cell and creature stages seem like the best parts of the game. I would agree with you. Let's see, my tier list puts creature at the top. Civilization was kind of bare bones. I liked tribal a lot, actually. Although I don't think the cell stage was that great to me. It just feels like a gutted version of the creature stage. There's that very odd anglerfish-shaped thing on the inside. Actually, I think I like the space stage. I think that would be the middle for me. But creature stage was undoubtedly the best. I feel like that's at the very core design of Spore. Slowly drifts into the center then. So, I think rather than going there on foot, we might have a lot better thrust power to escape, worst comes to worst, if we had ourselves a little ship inside. Bring it all with us. I hope Outer Wilds Ventures doesn't get upset at me for ruining one of their spaceships. Alright, there's nothing but spikes and poison in here. We're going to Twitter. Oh, music change. I feel incredibly uncomfortable. Can we escape? Okay, so in worst case scenario, we can escape. Back to the sphincter we go. Nether music. I want to do Minecraft sometime soon. But I know that's kind of a stream that would just take forever to get anything done. But it would make me famous. If this is Twitter, where are you? Let's see, things look relatively benign here. Although, given the general shape of the environment around us, I'd imagine it's the not safe for work art section of Twitter. Ooh, there are the thorns. And the slow drift down. They're coming out of the wall sphincters! I'm glad you picked up on what I was specifically trying to reference. Oh, what's this then? Or, according to Inwa, Hello, Governor, what's this then? Even more mysterious portals, I see. Yeah, I think I'd like to go back to the monochromatic view, thank you very much. I do not enjoy my surroundings being a coiled brown color. Where the heck even are we going? Uh-oh. This is bad. I should have expected as much. Very well, let's see if we can find our way out then. So, yep, there he is. Huh. What's the mysterious red light? I imagine that wouldn't necessarily be the anglerfish. It has the awfully frightening breathing sound I'd associate with it. Why is there a space anglerfish inside here? Oh, I knew it was gonna happen at some point. Let's see. What are we even looking at to repair? There should be a camera, correct? So you're pricing a game you wanted and nearly had a heart attack when you saw it. Space anglerfish are the step after crab. Okay, so it's towards the back. Got it. Don't drift away from me now. Hold on. I ain't done here. Okay, blinking red light. And what else do we need? Upper hole. So... there. Everything should be spiffy and ready to go. What the heck kind of game are you paying $500 for? That's way out of the way. I guess we might as well see what the glowing red light is. Yeah, that definitely sounds like another angler. Oh, what am I doing? We don't need to engage directly with them. Oh dear. Well, yeah, you didn't buy the game, but what sort of game are you looking at? That's costing $500. Well, I'm certainly not enjoying the experience in here. But there's bound to be secrets to be found. Obviously. Alright, I want out. I don't want to wait for the end of the world. Land ourselves down gently. Oh, no you don't. Ah, the ever so ancient Kingsfield. You have been talking about that lately. Yeah, I can understand wanting to play it on original hardware, but honestly, if a game's that expensive, I'd say just emulate it. There were allegedly three things damaged, right? So what's the last thing we have to repair? And I see nothing I understand. Okay, so it's something at the rear. Ah, the aft hull. There we go. Older game prices are getting way too crazy. It's very difficult to preserve them at this day and age. Old games on game preservation is something people really don't consider to be as important as it actually is. Let's see here. Let's into another one of those seeds. Oh, we have drifted too far away from our ship. No, I'd like to be back inside that, please. A new copy is $15,000. I didn't even read that part. Yeah, no, that's ridiculous. Okay, I want out. I've had my fun. Let's give this place a hard no. Ah, sweet safety. Back into the airless expanse of space again. Well, I certainly don't enjoy that place. Let's see if we can find ourselves a little bit of a safe spot to touch down, and we can investigate our log. At least the surface itself is mostly okay. Collectors with more money than sense. Yeah, there's a lot of people that have so much money they're not afraid to spend that ridiculous amount. Ah, okay, there we go. Yeah. Oh, that's cute. That's actually one of the gravity crystals here, giving us local gravity inside of the ship. Recall our scout. There's more stuff to be discovered in the depths. Rebec's camp, the Hanging City, information on the Black Hole Forge. We've made a lot of discoveries to investigate. Now, isn't there anything about Dark Bramble? Maybe we've discovered nothing new about it specifically. There it is. Wait. Okay, Esker's camp, which leads to Lunar Lookout and then Bramble. When I launch my scout into the seed that crashed on Timber Hearth, it ends up in a much bigger space filled with fog and thorny vines. And apparently space anglerfish. What on earth should we look for next? Actually, I think the quantum moon locator might be a really cool thing to look at. Also, we still never made it inside the observatory or even investigated more of the Hanging City. I think until I have a better idea of what we're doing specifically in regards to space anglerfish, I'll leave that to investigate another time. We didn't touch down on Hollow's Lantern, did we? That's another place we could afford to look at. Although it seems to just be a bunch of volcanoes breaking off. Back to Brittle Hollow we return. And this time, let's see if we can get ourselves back inside that, tower. Get ourselves close, start decelerating. The space sharks in Pop Tropica. I don't even remember what Pop blah 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 blah. I don't even remember what Pop Tropica is. So you kind of lost me there. Space sharks. That's something I wouldn't want to encounter. Alright, let's think about this. Look for the most stable parts of the planet to land on. Ah, there's the tower right there. If we play our cards right. we might be able to sneak our little way inside here. Looks like a no. We cannot slip ourselves through the little hole here. So then how do we end up in there? I think we might have gotten the ship completely stuck. So, since the world is bound to end while we are on our surface here, make good use of it. I think it's stuck. But perhaps... Let's see, gravity 1.3. Yeah, we cannot get very far with that booster whatsoever. 4 out of 10 landing. But we did land. Bump our... Oh, wait, we are still stuck. We are still very stuck. Wait, I almost got it. There we go. Boost ourselves very far away from the black hole. And I wonder, can we wedge our little way in here? If only we had a third-person camera. Oh, the tower itself is falling. And it's gone. So then how are we getting into the observatory now? Wait, I see. That's not a pun. Xander, have you ever played Dark Souls 1? Quite a bit, actually. I think I played through the entirety of it, about 3 times. I think we could actually get ourselves touched down just over here. Ha 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 ha. Now quick, get out before the ship falls apart. Hopefully we have enough oxygen to last till the end of the world. It'll be fine. And the good news is, now we have our way into the observatory, it seems. Being stuck is unfavorable in professional landing, but it does get you to your destination if you all... Wait a minute, there it is. So, these crystals, they always seem to indicate ghost matter, which means if we step forward, we are going to suffer some very troublesome injuries. However, and alley-oop. Finally, we've made it inside. And oxygen aplenty. So we can just remain in here until the end of days, as there's bound to be something to discover. Domhalosina. Barely. It's probably been about 5 years since I played the first Dark Souls game. So I'm not going to remember much about the details of it. Look our little way up here, and... Trees detected. We have successfully touched grass. Which puts us ahead of most Dark Souls players. Ominous, dull ringing in the background. Ah, it is only the start of our music track. Hopefully... do we think we're gonna get it high enough? Let's shoot for it. And here we are. Inside the observatory. We finally made it. He's the guy who sells boss armor, who has the weird helmet with the spectacles on it, right? Kasava's construction yard has been using the Cyclones on Giant Steep to lift orbital probe cannon parts into orbit, but one component was pushed down past the current that usually prevents anything from sinking. Spire and I are crafting a model to determine why this happened. An update. It's now clear there are two different types of cyclone. Most cyclones on Giant Steep rotate clockwise. There are cyclones Kasava typically uses to send components into orbit. There also exists a rarer type of cyclone that spins the opposite direction and pushes objects beneath the waters and below the current. My gratitude, Spire. Kanoi is showing me your handiwork, and I'm intrigued by the secondary type of cyclone. Was it really necessary to build a model to tell me that? World is ending. Model will be useful as we continue monitoring Giants Deep. Also, very much wanted to make a model. Ha 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 ha. We're going to Brazil. How about a little bit of speed reading? Darn, just when we were getting to the interesting part. Posture check. Where to next? We've got a lot of discoveries, but it seems like we might want to piece together lots of minuscule clues from everywhere else. There's the probe firing off. I wonder if our fellow has any new dialogue for us. Nope, it's just the same. Is this what Subaru felt? I wonder if there's anything new to be found from looking around the campsite, perhaps? Aw. Do it again. I'm amazing at this. It'll do. We'll buff out the scratches. It's a lot easier to control from inside the ship, once you can see your own rotation. Most of these doors do not let us get inside. Perhaps we can look at the observatory again and see if it has any extra secrets for us. Fishing rhyme, singing helps me pass the time. You're leaving the crater? Guess we'll all be a little busier without you to lend a hand. That big water planet, Giants Deep. That's where I'd go. Why is that, my friend? One time, after the rest of the village had left to sleep and it was just the two of us sitting around the campfire, Gabbro told me about their first trip to Giants Deep. They landed their ship easily enough in the waves, but couldn't see too far down on account of how murky the water was, I guess. Too dark. Gabbro wants to see what lay beneath the surface, so they decided to travel deeper. They traveled down and down, but suddenly, Gabbro couldn't go any further. Yeah, it's got a current you can't pass through. Sure, okay, but shut up a minute. This is the good part. As though exercising a will of its own, the water was refusing to let Gabbro go any deeper. It held Gabbro back, almost as if it were trying to protect them from something. And then, in the terrible darkness, Gabbro saw it. The tentacle of some hideous beast. Okay, we're not going in Giants Deep either. Was there sap wine involved during Gabbro's campfire story? Come to think of it, you don't have somewhere you should be exploring that isn't here. Don't you? Indeed, please like the stream, subscribe, follow. Anything else you can do to support. Our 1-year anniversary is actually coming up in about 2 weeks. and I'd be happy to have as many eyes on me as possible. Okay, so the crystals are here too. But we don't normally have a visual indicator for what the ghost matter is. Nothing up here. There's the 0G cave. Observatory lies in this direction. I wonder if the statue has updated any bit. The eyes are open, but no longer is it rotated. We're nearly ready. Felix and I have finished construction, and she says calibrating the device won't take long. Fortunately, the Adelrock's lack of atmosphere will make calibration simple. After all this time, I'm thrilled to finally resume our search. I love how you can still see so much of it render on the way out. Where should we go this time, I wonder? I think that's what actually causes the end of the world. The interloper here has an orbit that gets very, very close, but you'll notice the last time we looked, its orbit, I think, actually gets ever so slowly closer. And on the second time around, it actually interacts with the sun, collides with it. Little space station we haven't done anything with. Dark Bramble is a no for now. There's the white hole. We haven't done much with the Hourglass Twins this stream. And I don't think the Adelrock has many more secrets. There's actually probably still a few on our very own home planet. So let's take a look around Earth here, shall we? Timber Hearth. Same dialogue. And they definitely won't believe me about the time loop. I wonder if you just jump off of one of these ledges, would you break all your bones and then immediately wake back up again? It's kind of weird. Imagine if you got yourself into a time loop in real life. Would you do the same thing that most people in the movies do? Adopt a nihilistic and even sociopathic way of dealing with things. After all, you wouldn't face the consequences of your actions. But do you have any way to measure if the time loop is still going on? Think I'll die if I jump off the ledge. Let's not test that. That should be obvious enough of a conclusion. Suit up. View that ship log. Tornado simulation inside the observatory. How much does it take to convince someone of a time loop? Maybe if you went through it enough times to gather a collection of every event that happens this day. Someone who's familiar with time loops as a media might be willing to believe you if you told them basically the exact sequence of events that would happen that day. We don't technically need the suit, but having a little bit of extra fuel to jump with would be nice. Walk into Leshy's forest here and correct this little issue that needs fixin'. Yeah, predict their response.
Your next word is Omae wa mo shinderu. Nani?
We just murdered that marshmallow. Actually, it would be more like Omae wa mo shinderu. Ah, I say let it go. Now, I wonder if there's anything for us to look at in here. And we're recording. Blah, blah, blah. And we're recording. It's been 2 days since the launch of the deep space satellite, and I'm about to view the first batch of photos. Let the record show that on this historic day, Outer Wilds Ventures has... Ah! They're printing! They're printing! Here they come! Stars above, will you look at that? There's Brittle Hollow. And look there, there's Hollow's lantern. And there's Giant Steep, and the Quantum Moon. I'm speechless, completely speechless. Every single astral body in our magnificent solar system, looking stunning from every angle in each of these 3 images. And in color, no less. Now this is art. I could stare at these photos forever. Doesn't Timber Hearth look tiny from... Hold on. What is that? That can't be right. I mean, that's not even possible. Am I interpreting this photo correctly? What's even stranger is it doesn't show up in either of the other photos. Just this one. Well, there must have been an equipment malfunction, I suppose. Only sensible explanation for it. I'll radio Gabbro and ask them to examine the satellite's lens for defects. I suppose this is about the Quantum Moon, correct? We've a few more places to explore. Hopefully that campfire doesn't burn down the forest. Now, where to? We already looked at the Bramble Seed. I don't think we visited Ice Cap here, have we? We have not, unless this... Yes, this is different. Okay. See if we can... Bonk. Try it again from over here. Oh! So the camera here can see ghost matter. It shows up in what is presumably infrared, right? Yeah, I imagine it's the interloper as the other possible thing. So, ghost matter here, adjacent to the crystals. It probably would be better if we slipped in there ourselves. No telling if we're actually able to leave that little cliffside with just our flimsy little jetpack. Take a look around in here. And drop. And there's more ghost matter over there. Back onward we go. I don't feel like there's anything at the bottom here. I have no idea what we're even looking for. Maybe that little landing pad looking thing up there. The one that we saw in the actual crater of the mountain. Which, now that I think about it, we can literally just go there directly, can't we? It almost looks like there's a cave in there. But this does look roughly like any of the other landing pads we've been on. Hey James, how many points do I get for this one? That's probably a 7. Come on. No. I wanted to step out. Get me back out there. A 7 indeed. Are these the problematic crystals in question? Indeed, just as expected. head behind the waterfall. And what do we have on the other end here? Give me a Google Translate. Mining site 2B. Or not to be. Ho ho ho! It's getting very dark down here. It seems Bramblehearth itself has many secrets of its own. And I can't see a darn thing. Ah, there we go. Yep, I suppose this is our only way down reasonably. And again. Well, only one way to find out. No. Oh, wait. Here is what we were specifically looking for. Mining site. Looks like a number of the relics they left behind. Give me a reading here. I'm still amazed by how much ore the Ash Twin project requires. Isn't this the ore for the remaining towers being built on Ash Twin? The completed towers I've seen are quite large. No, the material for those towers is all being taken from Ash Twin. The ore we're mining here will be used to craft an immensely thick, protective shell that will physically seal off the chamber inside Ash Twin's core. I'm relieved by our clan's decision to use Timberhearth's ore only for constructing the shell. If, eventually, life on this planet were evolved to the point of advanced metallurgy, I'm confident we won't have destroyed their ability to create. If they're sealing off all entrances, I hope they've planned a... puns I have to deal with. I'm gonna need alcohol for that one. I hope they planned accordingly. I thought you had forbidden your apprentice from making puns, courteous. How else would he improve? See, if I make the bad puns and make you all suffer, then that's great. If I have to read the bad puns out to all of you, that is suffering. So, what would this projection pool tell us? Oh dear. Well, that's probably what we'll be looking for. On the Ash Twins, they said. My gratitude for the latest shipment. I know. This ore should be the last we'll need for the Ash Twin project. Once we finish the shell that seals off the central chamber, we'll check to ensure there are no longer any physical entrances. Remy and I will be checking the interior and then the exterior for cracks, our final safety check. This is exciting news. Can I offer an extra set of eyes for this final check? Specifically, mine? If my work here is complete, I'd be delighted to help. We'd be grateful if you would. The more eyes, the better, as the smallest flaw or opening in the shell that protects the Ash Twin project could lead to disaster. I think I know where we're heading next. Once we figure out how we're getting out of here. Posture check. And I guess we're marching our way back down. I see. It was on the other side of the waterfall. Can we make it? Oh dear. Well, now what? I guess try it again. Our second attempt at platforming. It's gonna be difficult to get us up there, so we might just have to follow our way over here. And there we go. Helmet he wears is based off of a helmet that actually belonged to Henry VIII. Looks almost exactly the same down to the glasses. I was wondering what was with the weird glasses on that helmet. Seems a little unorthodox, but if it has a historical precedent, good on them. Alright, gotta scramble our way back downstairs again. There's probably injuries ahoy if we go directly from this direction, right? Actually, I think we can, with a bit of a proper hover. Haha! Yeah, and the weird horns coming out the back. I never got that one either. Alright. Off to the Ash Twins we go. And hopefully not immediately the end of the world. It's already gone red giant. We're not going to be able to make that much progress. Oh, the interloper's still about a good distance away. On second thought, we might be able to get our way in there. It's kind of funny how it goes from yellow to red so quickly. Very careful about getting too close. Actually, no. Those planets are too close, they're gonna get engulfed. So, we can't even land on those. Without burning ourselves alive, probably. Where to, then? I didn't say autopilot, I'm just trying to move around the clicking thumbstick to see which one we're locking onto. And what was the last thing? Wait, I don't think this thing even had a name, did it? Yeah, because that's not the interloper, which intersects with the sun. And there it is. So we figured it out. Once the interloper makes that full revolution, then we're probably getting ready for the end of the world. Used during parades or by a jester, that definitely makes sense. You know what, for a laugh, let's continue our decelerate or acceleration away. See if we can check anything on that log one last time. Radio tower, the mines, and then there's an Ash Twin project. So we have a lot of it filling out. Specifically, around Giant's Deep, we seem to have a lot of info. You're fine, Joshua. I'm actually interested in a lot of historical stuff like this, but I don't think I have much to respond, and it is technically off topic. Though it is educational, I'm very happy to learn things that you have to teach. I just probably won't have much in the way to immediately respond to it. Right, there's an island with a statue, right? You know... So yeah, the interloper intersects when it's a red giant, but... I wonder what this is. Well, I guess we could try to intersect its trajectory. Guess that would mean going back in. Oh, never mind. It's not going to make a difference at this point. I wonder... The signals die, as the sun does. Interesting. Though, I suppose a necessary detail, isn't it? And there they are, singing as the world ends. I think we can go on one more little venture. Off to the Ash Twins, and then we might have something for us to look for there. I'm really not sure exactly where our next step is. We're making small discoveries left and right, but I think we need a few more pieces of the puzzle. We still also haven't visited the Quantum Moon, which I know there's a tracker on one of the Ash Twins. So, take a moment to look at our map. Oh, right, we're looking at the Ash Twins specifically. That's what they were running a project with. Yeah, go ahead and bring us a little bit closer. We'll need to intercept as it drifts by. Careful about the Ember Twin. We are trying to land on the Ash Twin specifically. Although more might only be revealed once it, sand depletes to the other end. We'll still see if there's a pole we can touch down on that gives us some information. Ever so closer. It is just ash. And that's something that pulls us out. Oh. That one doesn't count. That doesn't count. Oh, goodness. So that's twice this stream. We've gotten a little too immersed. Immortality doesn't seem so bad if you have immortal company. Time loop awareness is sort of similar, but death being the primary looping mechanism seems rough. I think I'd try to find a way to make it as painless as possible. After all, if it's extremely sharp and extremely quick, you probably won't remember it. Although the world ending by sun definitely seems like it would be something that you'd feel the burning of for a few seconds prior. And since you do remember things through the time loop, you'd really just find whatever is your, least painful way to die in that time. And then I'd try to repeat that as often as possible. Alright, where are we looking? Back to the Hourglass Twins. Which are about to collide directly with us, so let's drift out of the way a little bit. And try to match that velocity. Once we get into orbit, we can try to look around for a little bit. There should actually be a radar for detecting the quantum moon on here somewhere. There it is. And that actually seems like another, probe launcher right there. Let us touch grass. Now, where could it be found? And is there a way to predict generally the patterns that it travels in? This is allegedly a quantum moon detector, right? It disappears if no one is watching it. Time loops feel like they would do absolutely horrible things to interpersonal relationships in the long run, assuming only one party is aware. Definitely. I mean, once you discover everything about someone, you'd kind of feel what all the responses are. If you aren't surprised by anything that someone says, you start to kind of lose your love for them. At least in my experience. Reliability is nice, but complete predictability is a little disheartening, I must say. So, a quantum moon, it's not talking about the twin, right? It's talking about something completely different. The sand has begun to drain. Just Sky TV, welcome. We are currently venturing our way through space, trying to figure out just what the heck's going on here. Let's see, it was talking about... No, that's Timberhearth. If we see the quantum moon, is it explicitly labeled as such? I wonder. I also wonder what the heck that thing is. Now that the ash has started to drain from the other twin, we might be able to figure out what's going on here. Come on, drag me a bit closer. Ah, it's drifted away from us. Oh, no it hasn't. Indeed. I haven't discovered everything that this game has yet, Jeskai. Please do be careful about spoilers. We are on our very first venture, well, our second venture, but I haven't played the game before. Yeah, I wish this game could never end. What the heck? Oh, it's the sand. Oh, Knock knock. Oh dear. No, get me back down on the surface, please. There we go. Okay, we're safe. And now I'd like to find a way in, please. The door appears to be cracked. I wonder if we'd find anything at the end of the road. There's definitely some more clues buried under the sand here. Oh, wait. Where is our ship? It flew off into the sun, didn't it? We are now shipless on a burning hot planet. Well then. Guess we gotta go look for some grass to touch. And then enjoy our last few moments on this planet. Really? Did it just... I swear it must have flown into the sun. I don't have an indicator for it whatsoever. The sand is still slowly draining. Hopefully there's a tree somewhere around on here. Would this count? Little cactus here. I detect no exchange of oxygen. We might be in trouble. Big trouble. A slot to insert a scroll, which we do not have immediately around here. Spiral staircase to head right back up and take a look around. Yeah, it does feel a little weird, the momentum of this planet. Indeed, I respect that, Geo. And so far, people have been generally good about avoiding spoilers. You know, I do know there's trees on this planet, so why not? Alright, let's keep an eye out and see if we can find those trees. Ow. We've wandered quite a bit around, and we are running out of oxygen alarmingly quickly. See if we can boost. And I think somewhere over here there should be the trees. We're mostly looking for our other friend, because I know he was camped out next to them. Ah, I think I see them just over here. Once we sit down by the campfire, we can have a moment to relax and think. Although I don't think we're getting off of these two rocks. I imagine we are completely trapped because for some reason, our ship decided it would say toodaloo, and flew off into the sun. Call it Hermes, why don't you? Now I wonder, is there anywhere else we can stick this scroll? Huh. Oh, I think that's specifically the sun radar, right? Or is this just indicated here? Ah, you think it got pulled off the planet by the sand. Wait. Okay, so that's what it's locked onto. Maybe this is the indication of the quantum moon then. Because this one definitely orbits around with a much less stable frequency. Yeah. Oh, there it is. Which means if I look away, that's it. That's the quantum moon. And it changes what planet sits around every time we look away. Which means... God, we literally looked away again. Is this supposed to be it? The unmarked one? There it is. Okay. We'll definitely be able to track it down very, very soon. In fact, I'm willing to just meditate this cycle out for that very reason. We've figured out the process for looking for it. I don't know if we have any secrets from the other planet just yet. You know what? Let's do exactly that. Oh, wait. We'll need to make sure we have a little bit of oxygen first. And go ahead. Sleep your little life away. But of course, first... flew too close to the sun. You can expect that. Alright. Prepare yourselves, everyone. We should end this night's stream by specifically looking for that quantum moon and landing on it. So our first step, we head there onto the, I believe that's the Ember Twin. And then from there, we use the radar and do not lose sight of that moon. Or actually, it's probably present on the map just so long as we look at it and then never look away. We now know that it doesn't get a target crosshair on it. It remains unidentified, but it's otherwise a pretty plain gray moon. Like so. They really had fun with that quantum effect, didn't they? So, it is moved. Now we need to figure out where the heck it is that we're locking on. Oh, no. It's out here, isn't it? Ah, we were locked on, but did we lose it? We did! It's moved. I think I saw it around Giant Steep, right? I think it might actually just be easiest if we head straight there from the radar on the Ember Twin. So, cruise our little way in, don't get too close to the sun, and do this early, while the sun is still in its midlife crisis, and not inflated to a red giant. And we swung right past them. We'll get our way back in, don't you worry. Accelerated a bit too much. You'd think this tracking mechanism would either keep the moon in place or become entangled with the quantum state of the moon. but it seems to recalibrate in response to its location instead. Indeed, every time we look away, it rotates slowly. It doesn't immediately snap into place. Kind of funny, the idea of the radar itself becoming entangled. Then you just give up on tracking it, I imagine. Alright, try to match velocity first. Get ourselves inching there closely. It's this side that we're looking for. Hover downwards, we're getting close. Bringing it in. And we are not concerned with autopilot. We do not autopilot in this house. There it is. Right there on top. We are getting close, and those little stones should start rotating very soon. There they are. So, the moon's currently on Giant Steep, you say? If I look away, do you rotate? There it is, rotating this direction. Dark bramble. Very well, I can do with that. So, now we have our sights set on. As long as we don't look away, we should still be able to see it when we get close. We can afford to slow down, definitely at this point. I wonder... It looks awfully plain and gray. I don't know if it's even gonna have any secrets for us. Getting close. Yeah, it looks fairly unremarkable, to be honest. And I'm kind of scared to change the camera as we might lose track of it. Oh, wait. It looks kind of like an atmospheric surface. It doesn't look solid. Let's go ahead and check by slowly drifting closer. Indeed, it appears to be an atmosphere. And it's gone. Seems to have moved to Brittle Hollow. So maybe we do need to keep ourselves locked onto it. Where's Brittle Hollow? Over here. And I still can't tell if it's there. It reminds me a lot of, yeah, now it's on Timber Hearth, which I don't think has left our view, right? I think that might be it close to home. Indeed, it's not labeled, so that's the one we're looking for. And this time, I wonder... we can't do that, so... change of plans. If we just look entirely through our camera here... this might really be our best bet to home in on it. Or we just go straight to it and kind of do a nosedive onto the surface. Because we know it disappears when we get close. Now, where has it gone to this time? Ah, welcome home. Let's try that again. How's that one, James? Is that a 0 out of 10 landing? Is that the game's way of saying it's been too long since we called our mom? Home came a knocking on our door. It's much easier to do this in 0G. Understood. As long as we can boost our way off and be a bit safer. Ship hasn't exploded. 1 out of 10. It's not the worst possible score. Alright, let's see if we can get ourselves matching the velocity of the sun. That should put us... yeah, in a bit of a free drift that should be a bit easier. You don't get why it would disappear when your inability to see it in views, since... is because it is blocking the view, since that in and of itself is observation of its existence. Not as bad as when you full-blown rammed into a planet so hard the ship just gave up life and straight blew up. Alright. No. Let me back out there. Yeah, so far we haven't had any completely catastrophic piloting failures, except for the... oh. Except for the first time that happened. And that would be the second. Quick bathroom breaks. Bathroom break. We're gonna do one more run, because I still need to figure out what's going on with that moon. So, grant me a moment. Take a swig. And our final expedition. We're gonna figure out what's going on with that moon. Now, the previous time we attempted to do a touchdown directly on it, if this time we kind of nosedive directly into it without using the landing cam, I think we might keep sight on it the entire time. Blast off again. Alright, first step to make this easy. Head straight to the Ember Twins. Sun was like, "Hey bud, I can see you're having some trouble with your ship. Don't worry, buckaroo. I got you covered. Let me take a look. And then I died. The instant I saw those orange flames around the, screen, I kind of already knew what had happened. Try to match that velocity. And there it is. What was it? Was it left bumper or... What was a roll button? We'll just make a little cruise around until we find ourselves in the atmosphere. And then from there, it should be much easier to land on the quantum moon locator. Of course, it'll be harder to find the closer to the surface we are. There we are. Or not. There's still so much more we can discover on the Ember Twin, too. And I know it's near one of the sets of trees where our boy is hanging out. I've already lost track of it. Wait, I think that's it. No. I'll learn the layout of these things eventually. Haha, here we are. Here we are. And... Quantum's currently searching until it is observed. There we go. There it is. Oh no, it's gonna vanish. Okay, there it is. Never mind. It's if we look away. Make sure we stay very, very far away from the sun. And now this time we're nosediving straight into it. Which should have plenty of discoveries for us. At least I'd hope. I'd hope it's not just a gimmick and we've wasted basically the last 30 minutes of our time here. Getting closer. There's an atmosphere and we are looking directly at it. Oh, wait. I think there's something on the bottom. No, it's just the swirling atmosphere. Take a look inside. And literally we can't look inside of it. In that case, there's still the, whatever the heck it is that has the very wide orbit around. Though we don't know where long it is on its path. We did check out the interloper, and then there's the one thing that's perpendicular to all the other orbits. Where is it, and in which direction is it traveling? I don't see it yet. So it's probably on the very top of its arc, right? Ah, there it is. We can expect to find it next, which is close to the interloper. Or close to the white hole. So let's try heading in this direction. Since I don't think we're able to directly see it, it's probably way too small of a celestial body. Make sure we are heading away from the sun. Good. I can't tell if that's part of the skybox or if that... Okay, I think that's actually the white hole. Which should be kind of close to where we're looking, right? Oh no! Those are other supernovas deep in space. We went way too far out, didn't we? Or no, I think I accidentally hit... Wait a minute. There it is, actually. I think I'm accidentally hitting the autopilot button with, my thumb knuckle. I'm wondering why it's making us occasionally do that. Alright, I think this is the very last planet we completely haven't touched yet. Although we don't even know what it is. Ominously blinking red. Don't accelerate too hard. We don't want to go over, say, 800. Almost looks like it's casting a shadow. It's not just the red light, is it? Ah, we've gone too fast. We missed it. Catch up. We can match velocity. And then from there, accelerate toward it ever so slowly. Yeah, we're getting close. And now that we know which direction it's going... What do we have here? Ah, it's tiny. Remarkably so. How do we get close enough to it? Probably with minuscule adjustments. Slow down. Oh, it is tiny. Very tiny. Another spaceship, perhaps? Oh, wait. Is that our satellite, or what could it be? I forgot. Okay, so it's left bumper to roll. Yeah, it kind of looks like a satellite. Oh, wait, that is our map satellite. Oh, that's cute. Oh, did we bump into it and mess it up? Congrats, we destroyed the map. Alright, then. Glad we finally know what that thing was. Although we did read the lore entry about it on our prior stream. Well, we can't look at the map now. what else is left for us to do then? Let's go ahead and take another exploration on the, Ember Twin. Since we did see a lot of ruins on there for us to look at. Alright, the weird, perpendicularly traveling satellite happens to be the map. Get me locked on. And then get me zoomed in. This game is leaving me to so many stupid discoveries, and I keep getting myself hurt. Cornifer would be mortified, but also excited that he gets the chance to make his own. I wonder if you can actually go back and talk to any of them after you've destroyed that. I don't remember who specifically I'd be looking for, so I'd like to wait until I have a better idea of what I'm doing. Yeah, the discoveries are definitely the best part. Well, I would say I'd like a full game of space exploration like this, but that's kind of what we're looking at. And after all, making actually worthwhile discoveries takes a lot of dev time. So, it's probably asking a bit too much to see if we could get another game like this. Right, we stopped making discoveries once all the sand was piling up there, so instead we'll see if we can find anything else on here. That door... Wait. This door isn't broken. So... Oh, here comes the sand. So maybe leave it touched off to the side here. Come on. If we leave it off to the side where it's less likely to be hit by the cascade of sand. Wow, it is really hard to find a spot. Yeah, Mobius was incredible. I actually haven't heard of them, but if they have any other projects, I'd love to see. So far, this is actually potentially becoming a contender for my favorite game of all time. And we're gonna have to find our way up there. Maybe this will be a bit more difficult without the headlights. Landing was disgraceful. Hey, look, if I have to immediately find a less dangerous spot, that's bound to happen. You know that. Right, just about all the sand has drained off. Ah, we can probably make a safe landing off to the side here, right? So I would hope... Noida isn't my favorite game, Kayla. Noida has way too many problems. Good enough. You disqualify it from getting another score. I don't actually... Give me a second. Oh, no. Well, here we are in this situation again. I think our ship has left us. Our ship has sailed. Played this game years ago now, and you think about it weekly. Your opinion only rises over time. Yeah. I don't give this game This landing was like a spit in the face of landing enthusiasts. I don't usually give games ratings, considering that fundamentally games would have a very different experience to different people. Oh, I didn't realize I was rapidly losing oxygen. This presents a problem. There's a very specific experience you try to look for in different games. This one, of course, has an experience all its own, and I don't think you can get something universal. So I wouldn't usually give games a number rating. Unless maybe there's something that you'd expect everyone to enjoy, but different strokes for different folks, and I know a lot of people would get very, very bored with a game that, well, leaves you with so much freedom. And to answer, Kayla, Noida is not my favorite game by a long shot. Noida has way too many problems going on with it. This is not a spot we want to explore right now. Haven't played Wandersong either. Wait, was that the expansion? I forgot what Wandersong was. Was that the expansion? Because I know this game has an expansion we haven't gotten to yet. And won't for a while, presumably. That almost looks like a window there to get into. Ah, sweet grass. So, now we have to reconsider all of our, Now we have to reconsider all of our options. It's going to be a very short time before we burn alive. It was one of your suggestions, something that you put in the Discord lately. And I'll need to actually maintain that right now. We've got a lot of suggestions going on, and I need to put them there on the Discord for our celebration of our 1 year coming up soon. Echoes of the Eye. I know it was something with a lot of E's in it, which Wandersong has only one. Yeah, we already looked at what Chert said here. I guess now we could try to find our way inside of the planet, but... we got a decent amount of fuel. Oh, I just realized the symbolism. They're called the Hourglass Twins, not just because of the, sand draining between them. But I think it might also serve as a good indicator of how much time you have left in the cycle. Because once that fully drains out, we're probably dead. Expansion of this game is seamlessly integrated into the world. You'd never know it was added later if you haven't played it before. Then, very good news for us. I guess we can't explore what's left of this planet then. It's gonna be full of sand, and we can't really make any more discoveries here. To answer your curiosity, Kayla, my favorite games are actually a toss-up between... Well, it's not a toss-up anymore. My favorite game of all time is Dead Cells at this point, as I really think it just hit every note I was looking for. Prior, for the longest time, I could never find an experience better than MechWarrior 3, which I do look forward to playing sometime on this channel, although I want to leave my historically favorite games for a milestone celebration. Guess we'll just sit here and relax. After all, we're about to be burning alive. So I guess once the sand fills up completely on this planet, that's roughly when the sun explodes. We're already at the phase where it's red, so only a short time before it goes supernova. Dead Cells did have competition for the #1 spot because there was another game sitting there basically uncontested for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 19 years. And that's actually a game that I've gone back and replayed recently. I mentioned I was going on a nostalgia trip last week. That was one of the games I happened to play. There we go, the sand has finished pouring out. I'd guess there'd be something for us to discover there. I don't know that we can get across with the difference of the gravity here. I don't think I have a formal list of, like, top 10 or whatever. That might be worth a discussion on, the anniversary stream. I plan on doing a couple of tier lists, just cause, well, they're good content to farm. Divinity 2 Original Sin is another one of my absolute favorites. Sounds like it's about to go. Sayonara, everyone. And that's why we need to be a lot more careful about where we put that spaceship. Although both of those planets definitely have some secrets. One you can only unearth at the end, and one you can only unearth at the beginning. Shame that Quantum Moon doesn't immediately have anything with it. It sounds like just a gimmick. Hey, Quantum. We were actually just ending since we just reached our 3-hour mark and have started another Deathloop cycle. I wonder what we still have to discover, though. Or really where it leads us. Currently, it seems like kind of a tech demo where we were given a sandbox to progress in, but we don't have too much to do in it. Like, I don't know if this game's going to follow a story arc, or if it's just about making a bunch of minuscule discoveries, a la what you'd actually do in science. This is the second stream for Outer Wilds, Quantum. You will find that we have the VOD up on YouTube from a week ago, when we made our first play. Dear glasses block the light of supernovas. They reflect them, but not entirely. Yeah, this was a heavily demanded stream from 2 of our viewers. And I'm kind of sad that I took this long to get to it. Although, if I had waited until I had a lot more of a following and a lot more fame to go along with it, this probably would have been a bit more grand of an adventure if we had more people to experience alongside it. And this is a game you can only experience once. I think that's enough for that cycle. Let's go ahead and swing our way back over here. We have quite a few new students tonight, I see. So a formal welcome to anyone who has been here for the first time. Welcome, Gio Costinato. And I saw another friend up here earlier. Jeskai TV, welcome to you as well. And there were quite a few other people migrating here from Rez's stream. What a really, really cool stream. I love this game. Playing this with less chances to spoil is good. You know, I actually think that might be better. This is kind of a special milestone for us because we just started June, and we're almost at our 1-year anniversary. I think if we come up to this being kind of climactic around the time of our celebration, then sounds a little poetic to me. How high of a percentage are we talking? 90, 95? Indeterminate amount between. I think it's. I'd say about 98%. 98% is a good metric. In that case, we have been streaming for quite a while tonight. I am now officially. Hold on. I am now officially out of tea. Tomorrow is Friday, and as usual, we will be returning to Guilty Gear. I think we can try to focus on the Celestial Challenge quite a bit. I might see if I could get in some time on the Celestial Challenge before the stream, and if I'm already ready by the time the stream goes up, then we can go ahead and run some lobbies. Saturday, specifically, is very important as we start our Pokemon Black 2 run then. And I'm gonna see if I can get some extra little trinkets on there for those of you on Twitch. We should have a very, very fun experience with that. Might not do too much more with Pokemon Legends Arceus. There's quite a bit of post-game. Quite a bit of post-game. But I might want to focus specifically on Pokemon Black 2 for a little bit. I plan on doing our 24-hour stream for the big celebration on June 18th, where we celebrate 1 year of streaming, and I think it would be okay to have some of the games we've recently completed, like Hollow Knight or Pokemon Legends Arceus, that we could go back through and just play to spend our time with. That's all that we have for our lesson this evening. I will line up a raid for you just here in a moment. I wonder if Rat's still streaming. Since we did mention Noida, and we have plenty of games about scientific discoveries. Let's see here. Ah, Rat's no longer playing. Well, while we are talking about scientists and Pokemon, let's go give Dr. Toto a raid. Last chances, we're about to be off. Oh, Quantum. Gen 5 is my absolute favorite of all time, so I have no doubts whatsoever that I'm gonna love Black 2. It's actually a Pokemon game I missed, as I lost my 3DS shortly before Black 2 came out. And Black 1 I put 500 hours into, so I'm gonna have fun with that one, definitely. Against the sheer brightness of a supernova, 98% seems like a drop in a bucket. Yes, indeed, my eyes were definitely disintegrated by that last supernova. Alright, our announcements have been made. Thank you everyone for your attendance. Class is dismissed. I will be putting up a vote for more things for us to do on our anniversary stream. Those of you who would like to make some contributions on what you'd like to see on June 18th, let me know in Discord or on Twitter. Discord will probably be better, as that's where we're aggregating things a lot more. Go ahead and give Dr. Toto a science raid for me. I'm gonna need to grab their URL for... Let's go ahead and bring that up in a new tab. Mute that before she starts speaking. Those of you here on the YouTube side, go ahead and give Dr. Toto a raid. She is incredibly lovely and, well, has a lot of similar vibes. Also a scientist VTuber who's currently playing Pokemon Infinite Fusion, doing a bit of mad science herself. See you all later.